What's good with y'all? Y'all already know what's going on, man. We back. You did with another reaction video, man. Y'all see my shoe pictures up in the back, man. So y'all know the vibes. And y'all seen the title of the video as well. So y'all know what's going on, man. So I ain't even much finna say much, but subscribe to the channel, please, and thank you. But we finna get straight up into this vid today, man. Yeah.
Lonnie was a rapper from Jackson, Mississippi who had the skills and the momentum to make it out of the city. But right when he was about to blow up and become a star, he was brutally murdered in his hometown. And today we're breaking down the crazy and tragic story behind his death. Lil Lonnie came up on the north side of Jackson in the neighborhood.
Bro, I ain't gonna lie. I haven't even much heard of Lil Lonnie, bro, but hey, RP to bro. I ain't gonna care. I wonder how old he was, man. He looked like he was young. He probably was, man. These dudes be getting killed young, man. They be tripping out here.
Neighborhood called Verdon Addition. Jackson is a violent place without much to do. And in an interview, Lonnie said you're pretty much gonna either be a hustler or a robber if you come from there. Even if you want to be legit and get a normal job instead of getting active in the streets, there's not a lot of opportunity for that in Jackson. That's why so many people still respect Lonnie even though he died years ago. Instead of following what everyone else was doing, he made his own lane and was showing everyone in the city that they didn't have to fall in the trenches and end up in jail or dying over some beef. Lonnie started rapping around 9 years old. His older brother Lorenzo and his homies had a little studio, and that's how Lonnie got started. He'd kick it with them all the time and started laying down tracks before he was even a teenager. He was surrounded by crime and violence every day, but Lonnie didn't let it get to him. A lot of his homies were jumping off the porch by the time they were 12 or 13, but Lonnie stayed in school and had bigger plans.
Dang, 12 or 13? That's crazy.
The come up wasn't easy though, especially after he lost his mom when he was just 4 years old. Lonnie finished high school and went to a local community college for a while. Then he transferred to Jackson State University and was studying communications. But while he was studying, he started dropping music on the side. And in 2015, his track Colors popped off and ran up millions of views on YouTube. Lonnie went from a college student who rapped on the side to an underground celebrity overnight. A lot of dudes would have dropped out on the spot and become a full-time rapper, but Lonnie was smart enough to know that he needed to finish school first in case the rap thing didn't work out. He still went to class and was studying right next to other students who were actually his fans. It was a wild situation for him, especially after he started getting booked for shows and working with huge artists. Lonnie was also careful about who he kept around. A lot of times when young dudes pop off in the rap game, they just let anyone kick it with them and end up getting surrounded by people who just want to ride the wave. But Lonnie said, when you get to a certain level, you gotta watch out for the negativity around you and be careful who you're chilling with. In 2016, Lonnie dropped a mixtape with features from huge artists.
Hey, that's facts though. Just along him saying that, they just show you know bro was smart. Yeah, man. They said, he finished high school. He was in college, man. So, man, big ups to bro, man. Even though he gone right now, RP Tom, but that's what's up, man.
Artists like Bryson Tiller and Moneybagg Yo. Plus, he was learning from OGs in the game like 50 Cent about how to make all the right moves in the industry. Lil Boosie is a legend in the South, and a lot of dudes like Lil Lonnie came up listening to him every day. Boosie was a major inspiration for Lonnie, and it was a huge win for him when Boosie linked up with Lonnie in the studio for the track Walking on Blood. Boosie actually wanted to sign Lil Lonnie, but Lonnie ended up turning down Boosie's offer. In an interview, Lonnie said he wanted to build a mutual relationship with Boosie instead of just signing to him and that it was all just business. But rumors say there might be more to the story. According to some reports, Boosie wanted to sign Lonnie for just 10 racks. By that time, Lonnie was already working with major artists and running up millions of views, so 10K wasn't going to do much for him. Plus, when new artists come in the game and sign to another rapper, the situation usually doesn't work out anyway. Gucci Mane is one of the biggest southern rappers of all time, but he's never been able to put together his own label. He tried a few times, but there's always drama and his artists end up getting locked up all the time. Kodak Black started a Sniper Gang label and signed some of his old homies, but then money issues came up and he fell out with his homie Jackboy so badly that Yak ended up throwing 100K in the ocean just to prove a point. 50 Cent's G-Unit label ran the game for a few years, but there was so much drama in the crew that 50 ended up kicking a couple of the dudes out live on the radio and even got into a wild shootout with the game's crew over the situation. Lonnie was making all the right moves and knew how to take care of himself, so when Boosie allegedly offered him a weak deal, he just passed on it and kept the momentum pushing. Lonnie said that he was open to signing a major deal later if the money was right, but he was blowing up all by himself and staying independent. One thing that really separated Lonnie from other rappers who come from the street is that he was all about leaving the drama behind him and bringing the city together. He really made it out of nothing, and in the video for the track, Make a Way, Lonnie described the situation he came from. Lonnie said that he came up in one of the worst areas of the city and didn't have anything, so he got on the grind to provide for his family. A lot of people who come up in the trenches like that don't see a way out, but Lonnie had a plan from an early age to change his life. And even though he talks about the streets sometimes, Lonnie said in an interview, "Most of my music is more motivational. When you're coming from the hood, I want you to know there are better things to do, better ways to be." Lonnie was really trying to do something special for Jackson and put on for the whole city, but in 2018, he was brutally killed out of nowhere. On April 29th, 2018, Lil Lonnie was riding around Jackson, Mississippi with a woman named Ashanti Jones around 10 p.m. His sister said he didn't have any beef in the city and there wasn't anyone who had problems with him.
He didn't do anything
Had to have been over a female, bro. That's what it always is, bro. That's why I bet you it was over.
to anyone, any
Probably
harm to
shorty that was
anyone
up in the car with
to
him.
bring this
Probably
on
was
him.
over her.
So from what we are gathering and getting from the detectives is that someone just senseless did that out of not having nothing to do in Jackson. Someone just ended up following him and killing him.
And that's why everyone was so shocked at what happened next.
Crazy.
Do you live in Louisiana? How about
Crazy,
own your
man.
own home but still rent your electricity? If you pay more than $70 a month in electricity,
The woman who was with him, Ashanti Jones, said that Lonnie and her had gone out to dinner, then they went back to their apartment to grab a phone charger. They were heading to where one of Ashanti's friends were staying to hang out. Then all of a sudden, someone in the whip in front of Lonnie started letting off shots. When the shooting happened, Ashanti heard glass shattering.
Nah, bro, I ain't gonna lie, that sound kinda weird. It sound like Shawty set him up, bro. If it ain't over him taking somebody girl to sleep with somebody girl, bro, that sound like she set bro up, bro. Like, I don't know, bro. I mean, or it could have been just some dude hating, bro, but I don't know, bro. That sound weird.
But Lonnie pushed her down under the glove compartment so she wouldn't get hit. Their whip crashed into a house, and by the time the paramedics rolled up to the scene, Lil Lonnie was tragically already dead at just 22 years old from a gunshot wound to the head. When the news broke about his death, the whole city was shocked. Lil Lonnie was on his way up in the rap game and was always spreading positivity, and nobody knew why someone would want him dead. Lonnie getting shot was a tragedy, but the violence wasn't over yet. A few days after he died, a candlelight vigil was held for Lonnie in his neighborhood. Hundreds of people showed up from all over the city to pay their respects. But then someone pulled through and started letting off shots at the vigil. People started screaming and running for cover, and it's still not clear who was behind the shooting. Luckily, nobody got hit, but Lonnie's family and the rest of the city couldn't believe what happened. Lonnie's visitation was held on May 4th, and there was security all over the place because of what went down at the candlelight vigil. The next morning was when Lonnie was officially buried, and another situation almost popped off outside the funeral. After the mayor and a bunch of other people gave speeches to honor Lonnie, everyone went outside. It's not clear what happened next, but some people trying to pull out of the church parking lot started arguing, and that's when one of them allegedly pulled out a pistol. Luckily, the cops were right there to break it up before anything could happen, but it was just more proof about how wild Jackson, Mississippi really is. A rapper named Jay Gutta said,
"Rest in peace to Lil Lonnie. He was making it happen. Like everybody was. It's just like at the time, everybody was sticking together. Everybody was doing shit with everybody. Wasn't nobody switching sides. And it's like when bruh died, it went back to how it was before Brave. And
he said that Jackson is full of jealousy and beef for no reason.
This cameraman might shoot with this guy. Yes. So I hit him like, man, I need you to shoot something for me. Nah, man, I can't do it. Why? You know, I ain't trying to get in the middle of what you and him got going on, and me and him got this going on, so I can't do it.
Lil Lonnie was all about bringing everyone up and didn't want to cause any more violence in his hometown. He was actually making a lot of progress and changing the rap game in Jackson, but after he died, it was worse than ever. Lil Boosie has always said that rappers should get out of their hometown after they pop off. But unfortunately, Lonnie wanted to get back to his city, and that's what got him killed. After the news broke about his death, Boosie hopped on social media and said that Lonnie's homies better slide for him, but the cops caught up to his killers before the streets could. After Lil Lonnie was killed, Monia Davis, Marshawn Carr, and Antoine Carr all got booked for the shooting, And this is how it all went down. Monia Davis's girlfriend, Sonata Lewis, testified and told the court everything. Sonata said that she was with Monia Davis first. Then they met Antoine Carr and Marshawn Carr to pick them up. Her boyfriend, Monia Davis, had a rifle with him, and the other two were also strapped. They were driving down Montebello Street, and the three dudes started complaining about the bright headlights behind them. Monia Davis was driving, and he pulled over to the side and hopped out of the whip and said that he was about to shoot. Antoine and Marshawn got out too, and that's when they started letting off shots. The cops tracked Sonata Lewis down first, and after she told them what happened, they were able to pick up the other three dudes. Monia Davis actually snitched on his homies, Marshawn and Antoine, and said that they were the ones who pulled the trigger on Lil Lonnie.
So Marshawn probably, he got into the car.
That boy telling it, oh, you hear me, for a sandwich or some soda. That boy ain't even much got nothing to eat. Or he probably ate it already. But that boy telling it, oh, you tripping. I ain't even much heard. Did they, like, oh, Monia? Why you got a female name?
After they killed Lonnie, Monia Davis said his homies were all hyped up and wanted to spin another block, but he told them no. Monia Davis also told the cops that the reason he didn't come forward earlier was because a dude named Trill threatened him and his family. It's not clear who Trill is, but Monia Davis said that Trill killed his cousin Marlo after he accused Antoine Carr of shooting Lil Lonnie. Monia Davis said that Antoine had threatened him too, but apparently, Monia Davis was capping about everything to save himself. Flipping on his homies wasn't enough though, and Monia Davis ended up going down with a life sentence. Antoine caught a life sentence too, but it's not clear what happened with Marshawn's case.
Well, so that boy snitch still got a life sentence. Oh my god, that's kind
Lil Lonnie's death was already a tragedy, but what made the whole situation worse is that he didn't even know the guys who killed him. It wasn't like Lonnie was in the streets getting into it with the ops. He was just trying to finish school and make it in the rap game, but unfortunately, he never got the chance.
Man, that's crazy, man. That's sad, man. R.I.P. to bro, man. But that's the end of the vid, y'all. Hey, like to the... I'm tripping. Subscribe to the channel, man. Like the video, man. Comment in the comment section, man. And yeah, man, Fetti100 gang stand up, man. Until next time, man. We out. Peace.